Yes, that is a chicken excited. Melbourne, we ain't fucking around. We're back on tour, baby. It's been a while. I'm sorry. We are heading to 2 raves this weekend. First one is Small Town under the Westgate Bridge, and the second one is Dreamstate. Both high energy dance music, but way different crowds, which you'll see if you keep watching this video. In between, we're going to pop through to a country club that I'm running tonight as a Luke Combs after party. We're going to pop into Luke Combs too. Then, to finish off the video, if you stick around, there's a little secret surprise that you're going to see the BTS too. Alright, let's go. We've just tracked it across the city. We are now just underneath or near the Balti Bridge in a place called Lorimer Street. So the rave is directly under this bridge, under the Balti Bridge. I'm not going to lie, I got lost multiple times, so it took me a lot longer than I was expecting. We're going to go suss this out, but this is run by a group called Novel, headed by a guy called Daniel Tumer. There's a whole bunch of young guns that work underneath him and have a lot of good quality promoters and DJs have come from underneath him and gone on to fucking blow up and do big things. But basically, he's been around for as long as I have, like probably even longer, 2 decades plus, and they've sort of always been forward-thinking, very progressive, techno sort of first promoters, and always been the front of the curb of cool. They've done stuff from, they've worked on stuff like Pitch, they've worked on stuff like A3, the new recent festival that just popped off last year. The list of shit they've done is massive, and this Small Town one is one of a stupid amount of cool raves that they've done. They used to actually do one on Eddie had, it was called B3, I think the space was. They used to do the underground car park there many years ago, you may remember it. But let's go check out this rave. Go the cans and you will find the rave under the bridge. That's actually pretty fucking rank, people of this festival. Do better, I guess. But in saying that, I've been a kid once too, and I definitely probably did the same thing, so I'm not going to throw too much shade. I wonder if any of my cans are scattered through this. So the artist we're seeing today is VTSS. The headliner, major headliner, is a guy called Patrick Mason. We'll see if we'll catch both. You can hear the music now, I can. But there's the Balti there. I think it must be over there, but you can hear the sound. It sounds fucking mad. Keen as fuck to see what this looks like. The sound system's elite. Let's go. Oh, there it is. In all its glory. This looks fucking mad. Set in, raves over there. There's a long line of people just having real serious conversations about childhood trauma, life, things they may have had on their mind for the last few months, and they're just fucking loving it. Absolutely loving one another, chilling on the sidelines, having a yapparoony. You can literally feel how grouse they feel. If you've ever been to a festival, you've done it, you've had a time out, you've had a yap, and you've absolutely loved one another. Oh yeah. And we're off. Get back to that venue we're gonna set up. That was a fucking 10-10. Sound system was elite. Vibe was elite. They didn't go hectic on the lighting, but they didn't need to because the actual location looks so sick. Man, I say it all the time. People keep saying to me, who do you reckon had it better? You know, was it better back in the old day? And I'm just gonna tell you right now, it wasn't. That's a load of shit thing that people say. Things are different. Nightclubs are popping. Nightclubs are definitely shitter than they used to be. But at the moment, the rave scene, the music is fucking elite. Where they're getting to have these raves, the Vic government is supporting it. So the Vic government is giving them these spaces to run these fucking sick raves. And they're every weekend. These 7, 6, 8,000 people raves, they're literally every weekend for these kids. And to me, I love the tunes more than I have for a long time. So it's cool to see. It's a 10-10 from me. Good job to Novel. They fucking absolutely smacked it. And if that was mine, man, I'd be fucking over the hill about how good that is. Elite. Everyone I kept talking to was like, how sick is this? And I was like, fucking oath, it's sick as. So yeah, that's my rundown of the Small Town rave underneath the Balti. As I'm leaving, I can hear every single person singing to a careless whisper, 142 BPM, techno remix, and that's what it's all about, baby. It's been like that since the 90s and nothing's ever changed. We love it. We love to hear those lyrics over the top of those fast beats. This is Melbourne, and we're doing it right, as per usual. We're doing a country music show tonight. That's the crowd coming in from Blue Cones. And then we're going to try and catch them at a pub 100 metres up. So last night we did it, and we did 500 people. That's called quick maths. It's called quick promoting. That's how you do it. There's foot traffic, get them in, $20 out of their hand. Once retired, never retired. Right there, baby. Luke Combs is giving out drink cards. And we got another girl up there doing the same. So there's 86,000 people about to come down these stairs. I couldn't help myself, had to throw an event. I'm doing a country music event at a pub just up the road. Good companion. He's struggling hard. He's on the old Tilda-Rooney. Yes, that is a chicken trolley, but check out this fucking line now. The piece of advice on this one is that if there's an opportunity staring in the face, you got to take it. Doesn't matter if it's country music, doesn't matter if it's techno, doesn't matter if it's pop, punk, fucking dance. If there's money waiting to go to your pocket, you got to grab it by the fucking balls and chuck it straight in your wallet. First stop on a Sunday, we're going to, where are we going, do you know?
A country music.
Yeah, it's called City Bound at Bunjil Place. That's first stop. Then later on, we're going to Dreamstate, and then after that, we are going to Drake in the box. So now I've told you where we're going, so you can suss out what it looks like to go into a box out of Labour. Oh, we're down here at Bunjil Place in Warren, and it's called City Bound. Is the festival. It's got Taylor Moss, Tyler Rodriguez, Jason Tilly, and a bunch of other country artists. But the connection for me and why I'm coming down here, obviously the wages, my kids like country music. But second to that, the guy who's running it is a guy called Jamie Santilli, and he's a good friend of mine that we grew up with. So coming down to support, because that's what you do when you work in the music industry. You support people when they're starting out. So I'm going to go check it out, but it looks pretty cool from what I can see right now. Sick little setup. You see the stage off the back end, we'll get closer to it. It's a sick setup, and that's the stage. They've just told us they've got a storm warning, so they have to move it inside into the theatre, which kind of sucks. But
We're gonna get hit by
blue skies is shit. It's super blue skies at the moment. This is actually mad. They do 5 weeks of summer. I reckon I'm going to try and do something here. My mate said that I would if I saw it. Let's get closer and check out the main stage and see what they're dealing with. But that's a lot of production they've got to pull down for a storm. And the guy said there's probably a 0% chance they're going to get hit with it. I personally wouldn't, because it's cancelled. They have to be over the top productive, I guess, or not. What's the word? They've got to be very risk adverse, I guess, because if they did get hit by lightning, they would have to. I guess they got the money for the insurance and shit too, so they're able to do that sort of stuff. Such a shame, because that is such a sick stage. That's probably worth that's probably $30,000 plus of production sitting there with the speakers, the lighting rig, probably more. I reckon it's probably like 40,000, maybe more. It's a pretty big stage, massive setup, absolute shattering that they can't use it. It's fucking mad. Just walked in, little yap with the Dusty Boots podcast fellas. How's this setup?
Want to join the
Check this out. There's a couple of guys playing cricket over there, like proper cricket, and that's all seagulls.
Yeah, no, magistrates would have. Well, in this
That's probably the biggest crowd that cricket's had in fucking 20 years. All right, quick food break. Oh yeah, baby. Yeah, Jimmy Crew. Watch this, and then we're gonna head over to Dreamstate, and then Drake. I am fucking knackered, but we keep moving. That's my food, Pam. I didn't even know birds ate rice, especially tikka masala rice. Argentinian birds are getting fucking stuck into the Indian, living in Australia. Old Pammy baby's got an identity crisis. We're out here in Flemington, going to give Trance a chance. So basically, this is the Dreamstate, it's called. It's run by Symbiotic, by a chick called Jeanette Bashara, who's a very, very famous trance promoter, and is actually married to Australia's probably biggest trance export, Marlo. So she's also works with a group called Hardware, who used to run Stereosonic, and if you're from the 90s, early 2000s, you definitely know who Hardware were. They've been dominant forever, but probably a little bit more in the back seat of the scene in regards to the name. But the Hardware is arguably probably one of the most biggest fucking event companies to ever be in Melbourne, probably even Australia. So they were actually, Richard McNeil was Australia's most probably successful promoter. He sold Stereosonic to SFX for like 77 million. I don't know the exact number. It changes all the time. I've heard 32, I've heard 80, I've heard 70, I've heard 60. But he is by far one of Australia's most successful promoters of all time. Hopefully one day we can get him on the pod. I've talked about this before, so I pulled up here. Where we're going is that way. I can hear the sound that way. So basically what's happening is the sound is bouncing, and I saw a guy before with the sound tester, and he was testing out there. So the sound's bouncing and reflecting somewhere over there, and it's throwing it back to me in this car park. So even though the event is probably a kilometre that way, it sounds to me like the event's a kilometre that way. Very weird sounds, very weird how it bounces like that. So the difference between today and yesterday we were at Intercell, which is run by Novel, which is what you call like a techno event. It's sort of hard groove at the moment. There's all different names for it: fast techno, TikTok techno, and blah blah blah. Basically, that event is very predominantly Caucasian. I would say the mix of people that go there would be like more inner city, if not outer suburbs, but places like the southeast or the eastern suburbs. It's very like white, for use of a better term. Whereas today you'll see Trance. Trance is very, very big with Europeans and very massive with Asians. So there'll be, on my guess is, there will be a lot of Europeans and Asians here today watching these artists. But then the artists like Billy Gillies and BLK, they definitely cross over. So, but they're very fucking hard. Let's see if I'm right or wrong. Traditionally for the last 2 decades, the Asians and the Europeans have definitely dominated the trance events. And trance as a genre is probably one of the strongest. Like techno changes a lot, the genre type changes a lot, but basically, motherfucker, there's normally a shortcut over here and they've closed it. So now I've got to walk around. I've just fucking killed time for no reason. Damn it. But yeah, trance is probably one of the longest standing genres, and just it does progress a little bit, but it's sort of very much the same roots, and it just sort of people love it. Like there's 55-year-olds that go to these sort of events that will listen to trance back in the 90s. It changes, it gets harder, it gets weaker, it gets more progressive. Whereas techno, in my opinion, techno changes dramatically. Like the BPM, for argument's sake, goes from anywhere to 122 all out to like 152. If you listen to a certain type of techno, you couldn't even, if you didn't have an ear for it, you didn't know what it was, you probably wouldn't even call it techno, because it's very, very varying, and the crowds that go to techno shows are very, very varying. All the different types of technos attract different types of crowds. You can go to one techno show and it's full of people who are like from Brunswick, and then you can go to another techno show and it's full of people from fucking Ballarat. So there's a way bigger different audience difference with techno than I would say with trance. If you go to a trance event, it's almost predominantly the exact same people that go to all the trance events. And anyone who's been here knows how fucking torturous this walk is. It's a mad drainer all the way into the festival ground. Both sides, doesn't matter which side you're on a transit. Alright, we're coming up. There's people everywhere over there. Walking down in droves, so I'm not late. I thought it wouldn't be. I thought the place would be full. I'm gonna go to the box office and get my tickets, which I can't see from here. So hopefully it's not a fucking hike, because I don't really see BF hiking. So we're on over here. Ticket sales, guest list, box office. Let's go pick it up with tickets. Pass acquired. These poor chicks behind me, they just got scammed with tickets and they can't buy tickets because it's sold out. Fuck, I felt badass for them. I've actually never been to a festival at there where this is the site. How many stages is it? 1, 2... Backstage, I found it finally, we're fucking here. We'll go try and find my mate Kyle. That's all the areas, that's all the artist names. Restricted, Big Melbourne Boy, Oblivion, another Melbourne Boy, Ben, Nicky, Billy Giles, Marlo. And these are all their rooms, so they're all blocked out, but it's all of their riders in it and shit. That's where they drink piss before they get ready to go on stage. That's the inside, that's a rider. It's Cat. trance show. I've been to heaps of like hard techno shows, but not trance ones. And fuck me, the production was over 10, but that's my kind of music, that hard techno shit. Rocking on it, Charlie Sparks awesome. BLK I've seen before. Fuck yes. Off we are now, we're going to a box of Drake, so if you want to see what it looks like to go in a box at Rod Labour, stick around because we're going to go do that now. So I got a comment today, a nasty comment. I don't get a lot of nasty comments, but I got one before, and it was a dude going, "Get over it, grow up," or something like that. And in my head, I've always like had this, you know, people have said this to me before, and in my head, I'm always like, how the fuck do people grow out of enjoying themselves and listening to music? Like, I'm a music fan first, I've always said that, and I've always like, how am I supposed to get over that? New genres come out and I fucking froth it, and then I might get into it, I start listening to the artists, I go check them out. People get to an age where they hit like, you know, 30 and they just stop listening to new music, which is cool, I understand that, like everyone's got their thing, you know, they might be sport or whatever, but like, you don't just give up on things you used to love if you really do truly love them. And for me, music from all genres, if you watch my channel, you'll see that I go to all kinds of stuff, from hip hop to techno to fucking rock to country. I do everything and I love it. It's like, that's what my thing is. You know, some people like watch the football, they become fanatical, they travel the world to do it, and that's all ages. So the idea that when you hit 30 and you're into music, you just stop is weird to me. Where I'm going with that is that a good example is these events, these trance events, they don't age out. If you saw me walking around, no doubt you would have seen a few grey hairs, but there's people here that are 55, 60 years old, 35, 45, 18, it doesn't really age out. For whatever reason, trance is one of those genres that just doesn't age out. Same as techno. It's really common to like go to a good techno event, if it's a big artist, say someone like Sven Bath, for example, there'll be guys there that are like 60, even older, especially English people like expats, they froth it. So the idea that you just get over dance music, or you get over going to events, or you get over watching live music, or you get over festivals just because you get older, to me is obscure. And I've had people say to me before, like, I'm a bit old for that. But in my head, I'm like, when I'm a bit old for that, hopefully I'm in a fucking wheelchair on the tail end of dying, because I can never see myself stopping. I froth it. I didn't have a beer then, and I was sitting there watching it the whole time going, this is fucking sick. So until the day comes where I go, this is no longer fucking sick, I'm gonna keep doing it. Brother. Fuck yeah.
And then you can take that and make it back. Yeah.
This is the dessert bar, baby. We're fucking living up in here. Little lemon meringues. How'd they go? What up? Press play, baby. Yoink. What is that? If anyone knows what it is, can they please send me a message? That's 2 raves in one weekend, techno versus trance. Who wins? You tell me. I'm not going to decide. You tell me in the comments below, from those 2 raves and what you saw, what do you reckon wins? Guys, like always, I've got to sprinkle myself right at the end. Please subscribe. It does so much for the algorithm. I can keep making these videos if you do so. Like, share, comment. If you like these videos and you think someone else should watch them, then share it to them. Get them on the rant train. And guys, lastly but not least, you know, I love to say it. You keep raving, I'll keep ranting, baby.